It is midnight in Texas, 2021. The state has frozen. There's no water, no power. I'm in the dark, waiting to see if I freeze to death. I feel at peace. See, for years, I had been struggling with eco-anxiety, the chronic fear of impending environmental doom. Its voice oscillated between sirens screaming, "Oh my God, the world is on fire, I need to do something," and what's the point of a PhD if by the time I graduate, society collapses and the world's dead? Eco-anxiety is death anxiety on a global scale. It is the major mental health crisis of our lifetimes. The craziest thing about eco-anxiety is that it's completely rational. This is not catastrophizing. This is catastrophe. But this is the story of how I learned to stop worrying and accept the eco-apocalypse. And ACT is at its center. Why is ACT ideally suited to face this challenge? It is the modality of tough truths. Pain is inevitable. Death is inevitable. You cannot force bad feelings away. It teaches us to stop avoiding these truths and accept them instead. And when it comes to eco-anxiety, avoidance is public enemy number one. People think talking about the problem will only make it worse because there's nothing we can do. The fact that there's really nothing we can do is why we need to talk about it. It is hard to admit when you're helpless, especially for people like us, people who want so badly to make the world better. Because you have to admit you don't know how to do that, that you're helpless to help. We need to sit with our own powerlessness and accept that we can't save the world. We can only help people live in the world we have. And that's how we save the world. During my literal dark night of the soul, I was faced with my own mortality and the fragility of our whole society. And even then, I could have denied what was happening and gone right back to being stuck in eco-anxiety. Instead, the ACT skills I'd been teaching clients kicked in. I dropped the struggle and accepted that whether I lived or died, and whether civilization lives or dies, is not up to me. My fear was replaced with gratitude. I came alive to the present moment, and all the joy and wonder around me, even in the freezing dark. That is the power of ACT. For that, my values changed. I started asking this question. If the entire human race went extinct, and there were no one left to remember or be affected by what you did, what would still matter now? One way I answer that question is being here, bringing what I know, existential psychology, terror management theory, end-of-life care, to you, to the ACT community, so we can work together to face this crisis. This is the next 40 years of ACT, helping people accept the world as we know it is ending, and thrive. Yes, thrive, nevertheless. So, how? First, we accept what we cannot change. Second, we ask, what still matters in the face of eco-apocalypse? Last, we commit to what still matters, to mindful, present-focused values, like appreciating life and working to make the world a better place today, in ways people can feel now. I believe that a better world is still possible, and that ACT can lead the way. So, nowadays, when eco-anxiety speaks up and says, "Abandon hope. The seas will rise, the land will burn, everyone is going to die, and no one will remember your silly speech." I take a moment to feel the genuine unease that thought arouses. I say, yeah, that is scary. Then I thank the thought. I say, thank you for reminding me that nothing lasts forever. I look around at all of you, at everything around us, and the nowness of it all is absolutely wondrous.